You're looking to move to Eugene, Oregon, so you hit YouTube, typed in pros and cons of the area so you could find out more. This is the perfect video for you. In this video, I'm going to go over the pros of living here and some of the cons as well. So if this is your first time on the channel and you want to continue to learn more about Eugene, hit the subscribe button and the alert bell to stay up to date on all things Eugene. I often get calls, emails, and texts from people just like you looking to make their move to Eugene, Oregon. So if that's you and you want to make a smooth move to Eugene, Oregon, whether in 9 days or 90 days, be sure to hit me up. So the first pro is the weather here. The weather is pretty much great year-round. It's very moderate and temperate. So in the summers, we're usually hovering in the 70s, sometimes 80s, and the winter we're hovering around the 50s, 60s or so. Usually for a couple weeks in the summer as well as a couple weeks in the winter, we'll get into some more extremes. Last week here in Eugene, we actually hit just over 100. We don't see that often, that's usually every few years, but we'll usually have a couple weeks towards the end of July, start of August, where it'll get pretty hot. As well as in the winter, we'll usually have a couple weeks where it'll get pretty cold, usually below freezing, and sometimes even it'll snow. It's not super common here. It'll maybe be every 3 years, every other year that we'll get some snow in the city. Another big pro is the Eugene Airport. So you can usually get there about 20 minutes, 25 minutes from anywhere in the city, depending on traffic. Traffic really doesn't get that bad here in Eugene. The big draw to Eugene is the activities here and the outdoors activities especially. So in location-wise, I'll pull up a map here so you can see Eugene is pretty central. Just 2 hours away, you got the coast. You have Portland, a big city up there, or you can even head south a little bit, and you got several ski mountains. You got lakes, you got Blue Pool. I'll bring up some of the pictures here so you can see and go over some more of the special places. So this section is kind of double-parter section. The activities nearby as well as the activities inside of Eugene, they kind of go hand in hand. So I'll pull up a map here so you can see. Another big pro is all the activities to do here locally, whether that's inside the city or just outside of the city for a little drive. I'll pull up a map here so you can see Eugene's location in regard to all these activities. So you'll see you got the coast right to the side, and Portland 2 hours away, big city, so you have that big city feel pretty close by. It's 2 hours, but the traffic usually is not that bad. And then towards the south, you got Willamette Pass, you got Hoodoo, both great ski mountains, and a little bit further towards Bend, you have Mount Bachelor, which is actually the 7th largest resort in the country. And then I'll also mark out some places right here. You have Blue Pool, Cottage Grove Lake, Fern Ridge, to name a few. Cottage Grove Lake is great for boating. I know people are pretty big on boating. Whenever you go out there, there's going to be a good number of boats and people are having a ton of fun wakeboarding, tubing. The next big pro is the colleges and the schools here. The big one is the University of Oregon. This is a college town, and because of it, a lot of other things happen, and I'll get to that in a little bit here. You also have Bushnell University. It's a private Christian college. It's about 1,000 students. They have a lot of nursing programs, business programs, as well as ministry programs. You also have Lane Community College, which is for Lane County, the community college here. Very great. They have tons of programs. They have sports there. Awesome school. You also have New Hope Christian College. It's based out of Hawaii, another Christian college. Great programs. It's a little bit smaller, but again, 4 colleges here in Eugene. So the University of Oregon has all their facilities, which brings in huge venues. To start off, I'll pull up a picture of Matthew Knight Arena. That's the basketball court. They have lots of concerts come in, as well as other events such as Cirque du Soleil. We also have Autzen Stadium, which is the football stadium. We've had international football teams come in, footballs and soccer. We have the Ducks. Actually, they just transferred over to the Big Ten out of the Pac-12. Go Ducks. We also have some semi-pro soccer teams here, lots of sports to go see. There's always something happening at the U of O in regards to sports-wise to go watch, or some event that you can go check out. Another thing we have here in Eugene is the Holt Center. So every year we have the Nutcracker and other big plays that come in. Great spot, really nice, super fun to do that. We also have Hayward Field for Tracktown, USA. It is a world-class stadium. Last summer we held the Olympic trials. We held the NCAA D1 track championships, and those were back-to-back weeks. So tons of people come in for those. What are the cons of living in Eugene? Let's get into it. The first one has got to be the allergies. Personally, I actually don't have any allergies, but I have some family members as well as some really close friends who also have pretty severe allergies. And in peak seasons here in Eugene, the allergies can get really bad. A lot of people I know use Claritin to help with that. Definitely check out online some of the statistics on the allergies here compared to where you're coming from, just so you have a good idea on what that's going to be like. The next con is going to be the cost of living here in Eugene. So it's estimated to be about 15% higher than the national average. And this brings me to my next con, is the competitiveness of the housing market here. So in Eugene, we have what's called an urban growth boundary, compared to somewhere like Dallas, Texas, or Boise, Idaho, where they have urban sprawl, where they can just continue to build out new developments and just getting wider and longer of the city. Here we have a fixed city limit. So what this means is for developers, they can't continue to just buy new land outside of the city, but they have to use what's already left inside the city. Most land has been developed, but there's definitely still pockets in areas that haven't been developed. Hey, Will, I hope this video has been helpful for you. Feel free to reach out to us by text, email, however you feel comfortable. Let us know how we can help you make a smooth move to Eugene.